There is a message from National Treasures. Please check it. At first glance, it looks like a dog squatting on its hind legs. But it's not. It is, in fact, a zun, a type of wine vessel in the shape of an owl. Half a meter tall, its head slightly raised, its face turned towards the sky, its wings folded. There's something cocky, self-assured about this owl. Decorated with motifs of other animals, its tail feathers reach the ground, acting as a third leg, thus giving the vessel even more support. It's certainly popular with the youngsters. Huanan Museum, its home, has created many best-selling cultural products based on it. Indeed, so iconic is this bird that some even joke that it proves that 3,000 years ago, the Chinese invented the first angry bird. It was discovered in the tomb of Fu Hao, a famous queen of the Shang Dynasty. She was not only the wife of King Wu Ding, but also the first documented female to wield power in her own right. During her lifetime, she played an active role in public life, performed important rites, led armies into battle, and helped her husband usher in a golden age for the Shang Dynasty. Since it witnessed the life and achievements of this remarkable woman, some even see this bronze owl-shaped wine vessel as a symbol of Fu Hao. In fact, owl motifs are seen in artifacts dating from the Shang Dynasty. Symbolism based on birds was often used in this period, and the owl seems to have been an especially significant bird. While some experts say that people in the Shang Dynasty saw it as a symbol of victory in war, others argue that it symbolized class, status, and power. Others maintain that the people of the Shang regarded this bird as their mythical progenitor. Indeed, it's a view that, according to its proponents, is supported by the character of Shang as it appears in the oracle bone scripts, reminiscent of the face of an owl. Others, however, dispute the interpretation. Nonetheless, what's certain is that the owl was the most important symbol in Shang Dynasty China, the most frequently occurring bird motif on bronze sacrificial vessels. Of course, the Shang were not the only admirers of the owl. The ancient Greeks, too, revered the owl. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, was often depicted with an owl. A nocturnal hunter, apparently capable of seeing clearly in the blackest of nights. It's little wonder this bird became associated with wisdom and clear-sightedness. The image of the owl also appears in Shang Dynasty stone statues. One common theme runs throughout these depictions: dignity and stateliness, something not seen in depictions of the owl in the subsequent 3,000 years of Chinese history. At some point during the years after the Shang Dynasty, the owl appears to have fallen from grace. Thereafter, it was seen as an ominous, sinister bird. For example, a poem in the Book of Songs talks of the hateful owl, the abductor of babies, the destroyer of homes. In the 800 years of the Zhou Dynasty, the culture of the Shang Dynasty was completely overturned. By the time of the Han Dynasty, the owl was well and truly a bird of ill omen. Jia Yi, a noted poet of the Western Han, characterized bad times as those of when the phoenix hides and the owl hovers. Likewise, popular sayings like, "Fear not the owl's hoot, but beware of its laugh," which remains in use to the present day, are further reminders of the owl's fall from grace in Chinese culture. Whether seen as a noble bird, one of ill omen, or merely cute, one thing's for sure: the owl itself is much the same as it's always been. It's culture that's changed, constantly evolving, changing people's minds.